All right, let me show you how I set up my projects. Today you're going to learn how I organize my own web design projects, how you can use a Google Drive for each client, and how to set up a project in a project management system. This is going to be a kind of a quick overview in project setup, but I think you'll find it really helpful. And you'll leave here today with an overview of how to organize your own projects. So let me switch to my browser and I'll give you a peek inside. Okay, so I'm in Google Drive, which is where I keep a folder for each of my clients. Now this one is obviously made for the course, but I keep a file like this for all of my clients as well. Inside each client folder, I create a brand assets folder, which is where they will upload their brand files. And I also create an images folder where they'll upload any images that they want to use. So I create this for every single client. Then I have the following files. I have an inquiry and discovery doc, which is where I just copy and paste the information from their inquiry form and our discovery call. So this makes sure that all of the information stays where we can both easily review it. And I've already talked a lot about inquiry forms and discovery calls, so I'm not going to go over those again, but I just copy and paste that info into here. The rest of these I am going to cover more in depth soon, but I'm just going to give you a quick overview. I've got a login information document where they'll fill out all the information I need to access their accounts. I have a website content workbook, which will help me collect all of their website content and help them write it. And I have a website strategy questionnaire, which will help me design their website strategically. So I have master copies of all of these files, which I then copy into each individual client's folder. I can make any needed changes to these files based on the client, and my clients can fill them out easily because it's just a Google Doc. And I really like Google Docs for this because I can edit them quickly if needed, and I can comment directly on the doc if I need clarification for something, like if they filled out this questionnaire and I'm like, what does this mean? I can comment right there. I'll also download copies of things like the contract as a PDF, and I'll save this in the folder for that client too, so that everything is stored in one place. And if I ever switch admin systems, I still have all of my client files easily accessible. Now let me pop over to Freedcamp and I'll show you what my project setup looks like in there. Now this is not a Freedcamp tutorial, and you can do pretty much any of this in any project management system, whether it's Freedcamp, Asana, or something else. But I do highly recommend that you use a project management system because it will help you keep things on schedule and organized. So inside Freedcamp, I like to split tasks into the client homework and the website build. This is because typically I'll onboard the client about a month before their project starts, and this lets them see all of the things that they need to do before the website build starts. In this example, the website build is starting in early April, so they need to complete all of these tasks before the website build happens. Each of these tasks they can click on to get more information. I've given you these instruction templates that you can copy and paste and edit to fit your packages. Of course, if this were a real project, I would put in links and change the links to go directly to this client's Google Drive folder. But they click on one of these tasks, they get more information, and again, I have this all templated out to you. But you can insert the appropriate links as needed, tweak this information as needed. They can comment down below if they have questions. And at the end of each one of these things, I ask them to mark the task as complete because clients sometimes forget. Now on the paid version of most project management systems, you can create an entire project as a template. So this entire thing could be saved as a template for my website package. And then you simply copy that whole template each time you work on that particular package, so you don't have to enter each of these tasks each and every time. But I'm demoing this on the completely free version of Freedcamp because that's what most of my students use. So I can't show you how to do that right now, but most paid project management systems will let you template everything, which will save you a ton of time. But even if you don't do that, being able to copy and paste the instructions each and every time will also save you a lot of time. Now, as you can see, you can assign tasks to your clients with due dates. And when you use a project management system, it will remind clients for you to get those things done so you don't have to constantly hound them. Your project management system will also have a place for you to communicate with your clients. And this is so much more organized than emails. You have some instructions you can copy and paste as well to tell your clients about how to use these discussions. I've given you that template as well. But you can just have them start a new discussion for each question, and so everything can be easily organized and easy to find, so you're not digging through emails constantly. Your project management system also probably has a file section, and I actually don't personally like using this as much as Google Docs, since I intend for my clients to edit those Google Doc files. And I don't want to have like 50 different copies of things in a folder wondering which is the newest version. So I found Google Docs works really well for me and for my clients. But if you're using PDFs or another method for your client homework, it might make more sense for you to use the file system built into your project management system like this one here. All right, let me pop back to PowerPoint and we'll wrap this up. All right, let's recap everything. Today you learned to create a Google Drive folder for each client. You can use the homework templates for each project. Simply create master ones, and I've given you the templates to get started, and then create copies of those into the client's folder. You can then make any needed changes, and we'll be covering each of these homework things very, very soon, but this will help you just streamline your entire projects. You can also put any other files you need in there too, so into the Google Drive folder for that client, like a copy of their contract. And this way, if you change admin systems in the future, you have everything for your past clients still. You don't have to go do this huge, massive, ridiculous download. You should use a project management system to assign homework to your clients with due dates so that you get everything you need before the project starts. And you can use your project management system for communication so that you aren't digging through your emails and wondering, where different conversations happen and having to go through huge, long threads. So I want you to take action now. If you have not already decided on a project management system, you need to do that now before you move forward. My top choices are Freedcamp, which is what I showed you, and Asana, which a lot of my students really, really love. If you're not sure, give both a try and see what works best for you. Thank you for watching.